What are my 3 top tips for when you go home? I would say that there's sort of 2 that I can think of, and maybe a third, and that is that I'd say that the top tip is that you clean out your environment when you get home. The second top tip is that you need to essentially have a limited menu that you're going to get very good at producing. So you're going to want to essentially have an assembly line like process, because what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to, come on in. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to be, it's essentially you've got 1,000 meals coming in the next year. And then you got the next year, you got 1,000 meals after that and 1,000 meals after that. So essentially how healthy you are 5 years from now is going to depend on the next 5,000 meals. So if you're going to do this haphazard, we know what's going to happen. It's not going to be done well. And you're going to scramble together 700 good meals, and there's going to be 4,300 mediocre meals. That's what's going to happen. But if you get it down to where there's basically 5 or 6 things that you fix, and you do them so that you're going to do them so that you're going to make them 4 or 5 servings at a time, so that it can last you for a week, and you're going to eat. You've got 21 meals a week coming. 7 of them should be easy. So your breakfast should be easy enough. Whatever that's going to be, that's very simple. That's not a complicated thing. So there's 14 left. And the question is, what are those 14 going to be? If we're haphazard, disorganized, don't know what it's going to be, trying to figure it out at Tuesday at 4 o'clock, what we're going to be eating at Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., then it's never going to happen. We're going to be defaulting into whatever it is that we've been eating for the last 20 years. So if you're going to make any changes that are going to be significant, you're going to have to decide there's going to be half a dozen or less things that we're going to do. And we're going to do over and over again. We're going to have everything that we can get into our pantry or our freezer so that we can buy in essentially bulk so that it's there. Okay? And then we have a very small shopping list to fill out the rest of it that needs to be fresh. So for example, if you're going to make tostadas, then there's going to be a few things that you're going to want to have on hand. So you're going to want to have, brown rice, frozen, pre-cooked rice in the freezer, so that you're a couple minutes in the microwave away from having that done. We're going to want to have black beans or some other kind of beans in cans in the pantry. Those things can be bought and stored, and now we don't have to think about that. So what do we need to think about? Tortillas, lettuce, avocado. Salsa should already be in the refrigerator. So we got 3 things, okay? Those 3 things are, the tortillas last for a while, so those aren't a problem. The lettuce and the avocado don't, okay? So, hi there, come on in.
Hi.
Is this you?
No.
No. Okay, well, I'm going to have to migrate you out, okay? So anyway, this is the big tip. The big tip is that you've got to run your life like you're running a restaurant. It's going to have to be organized and repetitive and organized and repetitive and organized and repetitive so that we have the minimum amount of energy that's going into producing these 1,000 meals a year. Now, if you do 900 of these meals out of 1,000 well, then you're going to be very successful. If you don't plan it that way and you don't have a routine, then we're going to start to get into trouble. So that's the second. The third tip is social. Don't go telling everybody about this great thing that you found out in this fabulous new diet and how it's going to save their life. Just shut up. Don't do it. Okay? When they say, oh, that's ridiculous, you say you're probably right. You say, oh, it's going to fail, you say you're probably right. You don't argue with them. You don't cite Colin Campbell or John McDougall or anybody else under the sun. Just shut up. Okay? Why are you doing that? Just for the heck of it. What do you think it's healthy? I don't know. We'll see. I'm running an experiment. Oh, it's going to fail. My sister did that. She got really sick and died. Oh, well, probably going to happen to me too. That's the attitude, okay? If you go pontificating, you put yourself in these social stressful situations that are they live inside your head. Okay, and you know you're not going to be perfect, so then you're going to be feeling like a hypocrite. Okay, then you're going to want to maybe backtrack and experiment with the other direction for a while, and then you're going to feel all weird about that. Hey, we don't know what decisions you're going to be making over the next year, so don't bother to plant a flag. The idea here is, hey, I'm trying something new. It's an experiment. We're going to see what happens, and I don't know how long I'm going to stick with it, but so far it seems to be working okay. Oh, I think it's a bad idea. Well, you could be right. Where to get your protein from? I don't know. You say. Okay? So those are the 3 tips. Clean out your house, get organized so it's an assembly line, and don't pontificate to anybody. Those are the 3 smartest moves that you can make. Okay? Very good.